Say hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of the Leadoff on SorareMLB. I am Alex Hooper, recapping all of the action in Major League Baseball from Tuesday, June 27th, and how it affects your Sorare gallery. Of course, before we get into the action, I gotta plug patreon.com/SorareFP. That is where you find all of our projections and how you get into the Discord. $5 for the projections, $10 for the Discord, and everything else, including the upcoming app, which I did show off in the last two live shows. So Monday or Friday, you can check either one of those out. Monday, you get a little better view of it. You can check that out on the channel. Our first pitch from Monday. We are going to do a giveaway on today's episode, so make sure to stay tuned until the end. If you're an OG on the channel, you know how to enter. You can just kind of tick that off, do what you normally do. And like I said, you will be added to the giveaway, which we'll probably do on Monday's show just to give everybody an extra day. All right, let's dive into it. The Marlins top the Red Sox 10-1. Story in this one is Jazz Chisholm's return. He goes 3 for 4 with a double and 3 RBIs, returning from that turf toe injury after he slammed into the wall. He is going to need off-season surgery, so keep that in mind. But he looked all right in this one. $32 for his limited, $85 for his rare. It's a decent spot to get in on a young, promising player who has shown good bat skills. Definitely not a sell spot. You can take this gamble if you want, but just know the risk of that injury. We don't know what it's going to look like the rest of the year. Is his foot going to hold up over the course of 80 more games, or is he going to end up getting shut down? What is that turf toe going to do to him after he has the surgery? How long will he be out? Just know those risks before you go in on him, but I do like the price. Sandy Alcantara, 7 innings pitched, 1 earned run, 5 strikeouts in this one. $13 for his limited, $69 for his rare. His K rate's still 24th percentile X batting average, 43rd percentile X ERA divided by X WOBA. He is avoiding barrels. If you have a Sandy Alcantara already, I'm holding. I don't think you want to sell at those prices. I don't think you want to buy either. Also, Alex Verdugo goes 2 for 3 with an RBI. He's got an 859 OPS, still a decent budget buy, $11 for his limited. The Guardians take down Kansas City 2-1. Not a ton in this one. Jose Ramirez did raise his OPS to 872. He's done so very quietly. He's still our number 2 projected player for the rest of the season. We've talked about kind of the doubts there and whether or not he reaches that number at the end of the year, but his batted ball numbers are still great, and I think he's still a big buy at $57 or $233 for his rare. That's an elite player on a not so high price. Will Brennan, 3 for 4 with 2 RBIs in this one. He seems to be figuring it out. His batted ball numbers are still abysmal season long. $2 for the limited, $12 for the rare. It's fine if you want a speculative rookie card. He's got a great track record as a hitter in the minors, but I'm not going as far as to recommend it. And Gavin Williams, 7 innings pitched, 1 hit, 6 strikeouts. Gavin still doesn't have any cards, but he is an exciting prospect. He needs to improve that fastball, but on an organization that is just chock full of pitching prospects, he is the premier one. He could be the next guy in Cleveland to top that rotation. The Phillies top the Cubs 5-1. Brandon Marsh, 2 for 3 with 2 homers and 3 RBIs. We haven't heard that name for good reasons in a while. Marsh was a tier 2 at the beginning of the year somehow. Now he's just got a $4 limited, a $36 rare, 5th percentile K rate, 35th percentile X WOBA. I'm holding the limited. $4 isn't going to get you much, but I'm selling the rare if you can get $36 for it. Also of note, Bryce Harper, 0 for 4 in this one, has not been Bryce Harper that we know this season, but he does have an 89th percentile X WOBA, an 83rd percentile X slug, an 81st percentile barrel rate, but just a 54th percentile hard hit rate. $41 for the limited, $200 for the rare. I'm holding on Bryce Harper. I do have one. I've been playing him a ton, but I'm not expecting a whole lot more this season. The off season, maybe it gives him time to recover from that Tommy John surgery that he recovered from in record time. Maybe that's not paying off, so maybe the off season will be good for him. But I'm not buying him. But I don't think I'm selling at those prices unless maybe you win him as a reward. The Reds top the Orioles 3-1. Matt McLain. We're talking about him again, 2 for 4 with a double, a homer, and 2 RBIs. His price has finally settled, $32 for the limited, $89 for the rare. I'm inching towards a buy. I think I already said on a previous episode, just go buy him, but The sample size is still too small for me. The batted ball numbers did regress in the last couple of weeks before this recent explosion. If you win him, great. If you have him, great. I'm not recommending you go out and buy him, but if you do, I wouldn't be upset with you. Andrew Abbott, 6 innings pitched, 2 hits, an earned run, and 8 Ks. The rookie with a 1.21 ERA. His batted ball numbers are all great, but $26 for his limited, $90 for his rare. It's far too high. I'm selling at those prices, honestly. I think you can buy him back later for much, much cheaper. It's just a bit of rookie hype with some early success. The Dodgers beat Colorado 5-0 at Coors. JD Martinez 2 for 4 with 2 homers and 3 RBIs. His batted ball numbers have come down a ton over his last 50 plate appearances, but over the course of the season, they're still pretty nuts. 91st percentile xWOBA, 92nd percentile hard hit rate, 97th percentile xSlug. $12 for his limited, $55 for his rare. He is 35 years old. I think you could sell this Coors Pop. People might see what he's doing and think, I got to get a JD Martinez. But otherwise, I am holding. Another 35-year-old Clayton Kershaw, 6 innings pitched, 1 hit, 2 strikeouts. He's really settled into form recently. His batted ball numbers are above average. $19 for the limited, $76 for the rare. Not a ton of Ks, 35 years old, like I mentioned. You could hold for possible playoff equity, but I think you can replicate that value elsewhere. I'm selling Clayton Kershaw if I have the opportunity. The Diamondbacks top the Rays 8-4. Isaac Paredes we'll talk about from the losing team. 3 for 4 with 2 doubles. His batted ball numbers are kind of horrendous, but recently he has been very good. I've read that he outperforms those numbers quite a bit. I know Pitcher List likes him, even though some of the other spots do not. $9 for his limited is a great flyer for a Rays stack if you're putting one together, but I'm not paying $61 for that rare. Same story, though, for Arizona. Marte, Carroll, Christian Walker. I love all of them. That's a great stack. And then, of course, Zach Gallen as a pitcher if you want to put together a nice Diamondbacks team for the postseason. Of course, Shohei Ohtani's making me talk about him again. 2 homers as a hitter, 10 strikeouts as a pitcher. He is inevitable. I've talked on this version of the show. I've talked on every version of the show about Ohtani since SorareMLB's inception. The prices are nuts. He is the best player in baseball. He is the best hitter and, might be the best pitcher or close to it. It's just that you can't play them together, so he's not worth that price in terms of value. If you want to have Shohei Ohtani, you want to root for Shohei Ohtani, and you want the peak scores that he gives you more often than any player in the game, he is worth that price if you're willing to pay it. But relative to the rest of the hitters and pitchers that you can pay for that price, he is just not worth it. I try to kind of reframe this and, talk about it differently, but he's great. If you have him, you have an advantage. If you pay for him, you have put yourself at a disadvantage from a team building standpoint, but he is still going to raise all ships proverbially on a week-to-week basis. He is, like I said, inevitable. He's the best player in baseball. And he's the most fun to watch. Kevin Gausman takes a loss in Toronto's 3-0 defeat at San Francisco. But Gausman, 6 innings pitched, 3 hits, just the 1 earned run, and 12 strikeouts in that loss. $28 for his limited, $94 for his rare. Still a big buy on Kevin Gausman. That is a great price on both sides. They're both great prices for an elite pitcher. St. Louis takes down Houston 4-2. Jordan Hicks with his 5th save. Pretty cheap, $4 for his limited, $16 for his rare. He's a 26-year-old closer. Giovanni Gallegos, who we thought would take over for Ryan Helsley when he hit the IL. Gallegos is still a setup man, so I really like Hicks here. And I also still really like Jordan Montgomery. 6 2/3 innings pitched, 6 strikeouts against the Astros. $5 for his limited, $24 for his rare. Those are still great prices. Atlanta takes down Minnesota 6-2. Don't have to talk a whole lot about that. Just buy as much Atlanta stock as you can. If you can afford a Ronald Acuna, you got to get him. If you can afford Ozzie Albies, that's a great piece up the middle, and this looks like a team who's headed deep into October. Texas tops Detroit 8-3. Still, what more could be said about Texas's offense? The same guys, Semien, Seager, Lau, all of those guys, Adolis Garcia and Ezekiel Duran have all been great. They continue to be great. Just to wrap up, Washington tops Seattle 7-4. Lane Thomas with another nice game. I'm still selling him at his prices. The A's top the Yankees 2-1. Both of these teams in their current iterations are very bad. The Yankees do have, one guy waiting in the wings who could make them a little better, of course. Pittsburgh tops San Diego 9-4, and the Mets top Milwaukee 7-2. Not much to say in those ones. So that's going to do it for today. Again, we got to plug the Patreon, patreon.com/SorareFP, $5 for the projections, $10 for the projections, and everything else, season-long projections, Discord, and the upcoming app functionality. And it's time for our giveaway. We'll be giving away this Rich Hill limited card. Won him last weekend, I believe, and he can be yours very easily. All you got to do is like the video, subscribe to the channel, and drop a comment. Let me know what you want me to cover, who you want me to cover. I know I still have some questions in the backlog, and I will get to those very, very shortly, hopefully on the next live show for sure. But just drop a comment, ask a question, ask about a player, anything you want to know, and you will be entered to win the Rich Hill limited card on Monday. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in again. We will be back tomorrow, and good luck this week. We'll talk to you.